Hey guys, hi, it's your girl, the Diamond Digger, the girl that digs diamonds instead of gold, baby. And today we're gonna have a story time. Join me as I peel my narki. I don't know, people call it a narchi, but I call it a narki. Yeah, I don't know. Whichever way you decide to call it, as long as you're gonna get to eat it, so it's fine. Today we are gonna do a story time. I'm gonna do a story time for you guys, and I've been procrastinating. Story times are not easy to do. I'm really just trying to, you know, open up to you guys about, you know, my life, who I am, where I'm from, and things I've been through. I don't like to let people close like that, but I thought I should just share a part of me with you guys, just to get to know me, just to get to know me, just a little. Not everything, but some of the things. So if you've arrived, just don't forget to subscribe so that whenever I post, you get notifications. Yeah. And we are on road to 500 subscribers, so there's that. Today's story is about myself. It's a very, very personal story. I hold it close to my heart. Sometimes you're gonna talk about things that you have not healed from. I mean, we'll heal with time, I guess. This one is just about myself. I could write a book about it, but I thought, let me just share this one story. It could make one realize that, life is not that bad. Because like when you hear the worst stories in life, you're like, I thought my life was bad. It's not. So I hope my story is one of those stories that make you feel like your life is not bad. Without rambling too much, let me get straight to the story. I wrote a few notes about it, like a few parts, just so to remind myself, So, who is Disetso Kamanga? Who is the Diamond Digger? So, when I grew up, I had both parents, and that has always been a privilege. Always felt like a privilege. I was really lucky, really blessed to have both of my parents with me. And then, growing up, let me just get into the relationship that I had with both my parents. My mom was the strict mom, the mom that you love, but she's strict. My dad was the kind, soft, strict but not so strict type of, dad. He was overprotective. So I was able to bond with him more. Yeah. So both my parents were working. I come from a lower class household. Yes, lower class household. This means anything that I want, I literally have to fight for. Oh my god, I'm seeing a fly. A fly. There's a fly, oh god. It's that season. I don't like it. Okay, let's just get straight to the story. I mean, we'll just coexist with the fly here. Don't mind the fly. If you do, I'm sorry, but you have to live with the flies. You have to coexist. So yeah, my dad and I, when I was a child, like in primary, we were not so close. I was more close with my mom. But as I went into like high school, secondary school, I got close with my dad because he was more interested, more involved in my schoolwork. Not that my mom was not more involved. It was like she was a mom. She's always been there type of thing. But now my dad was like going an extra mile. Extra mile how, you ask? Every time I wanted something, he would take it upon himself. My dad would take it upon himself to like say, okay, you want this cake. Since you say you want this cake, I'm sorry for just looking there, guys. I need to keep on looking to see if it's recording. So my dad would say, since you want that cake so bad, you're gonna have to work hard for it, you know. So working hard for it for him, it meant I should study hard and pass, whether it's a term or the grade itself. So I did that. That motivated me. So every time we would do that, it motivated me to pass. So that was our thing now. So with my dad, every time I had to study or anything like that, he'd just chill with me. That's also how our bond grew, our relationship grew. So he just chill with me and I'd do my thing and he just motivate me, you know. Yeah. I believe I was the first out of my 3 siblings to have, you know, reached this level. Actually, we'll get to that. We will actually get to that in a few minutes. So my mom is also a hardworking woman. So both my parents were working, but you know, we were still on the lower class. I wouldn't say we were middle class people. Nah, we don't qualify under that. Grade 11 is the year that everything changed for me. Okay, I have 3 siblings. I have a brother, I have 2 sisters. I'm the last of the siblings, right? Right. Grade 11 changed my life. How, you ask? I wrote my exams as per usual. I asked Dad, oh Dad, I want this and that and that. And he's like, yeah, just pass your grade 11. You get whatever. When I was done with my exams, just a day or 2 after I had just written my last exam, which was like Afrikaans, my dad passed on. Tragic, I know. I lost it. I mean, I did not think I would lose that person who was so close to my heart. You know, when they say a dad or a father is a girl's first love, that was it for me, you know. That was it. And my dad was yeah, he was soft with me. You know that trend of iqanda lekhot man. I was iqanda like a baba. That was me. You understand? Also, our bond was stronger. I think it's also because my dad could see that I had the potential to do better in life, and I was intentional on things that I wanted, on how I did things anyway. So I was intentional, and he could see that I had a vision of how I wanted my life. So he was my motivator. He became my pillar. You understand? Yes. I don't know how many people relate, but a relationship with your mom as a girl and a relationship with your dad as a girl, it's different. It's not the same. Sorry. So my dad passed on and funeral was held, you know, December, and had to go get my report, my grade 11 report. That was, I must say, that was the worst time for me. That was the worst time for me. And that being the worst time for me, I got my report, but the person who motivated me, the person who held me, who was there for me, who protected me, was not there. I had my whole family except for him. That was, yeah, I did not enjoy that December. I was still a child, obviously, but like I did not enjoy anything that time. So obviously, as per usual, when someone that you depend on passes on, sometimes life changes like drastically, which is what happened with me. So life yashinja, guys. It changed. Went back to school January, you know, matric year. You start school before the other kids because now you're in matric. So I'm the type of person who does not, I'm the type of person who did not like to be emotional. I liked to be the stronger person, you know. Like to be, you see, the one who hugs you, who's like, I'm sorry for your loss or whatever. It's like, no, like, it's gonna be okay. Who stays strong for everyone? That person. That's me. Guys, I'm really trying to tell the story, but yeah. Um, yeah, so that happens. I go back to school. I start having mental breakdowns, but I'm not aware that I'm really having mental breakdowns. I'm not okay, basically. I'm not doing okay. I My marks drop drastically, so as expected. I mean, I just lost my best friend. What are you expecting? I just lost my dad. I did not really grieve. I did not do any of that. I just decided to be strong and move on. You know? Yeah. I'm sure there's most of us who do that. I'm sure there's most of us who do that. So let me continue from here. Um, go back to school. There's a lot of things going on. I continue to have mental breakdowns. I have my friends with me, supportive friends. I finished with my finals. Sorry, guys. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. So what happens now is that I I finish with my exams. I'm the type of kid who did not go to pens down parties and stuff like that. I would just, like, when people went to groove, I'd just go to gym. The gym fanatic thing did not start now. It started when my dad was still alive, when I was in grade 10. He encouraged me to go to gym. He realized that I love gym, and he used to pay gym for me. So he was that supportive. He was involved. He didn't have to have so much money for me to love him. He just needed to be my dad. That's all. He didn't have to have a car. He didn't have a car. He just needed to be my dad and be involved in my life, and that's why I will forever be a daddy's little girl. Anyway, sorry about that. I'm deflecting now. But yeah. After exams, people go to pens downs and stuff. After exams, people go to pens downs and stuff, and I'm just like coming back home. And then when I get back home, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go to the gym, take my bag, change, and I'm off. So nyahamba vele, ngihambe ngejimile. I work out, then I come back. Alright, cool. Life is lifing. But that year, I felt like, you know what, ne? I wrote, ne? But ukila wana, ne? When you write something, when you write an exam, and you feel like, I didn't do well. I mean, like, you know yourself, right? So that's what happened with me. Sorry, guys. So I wrote my exams, and immediately I felt like I didn't really do well. But, well, we'll see. I wrote my exams. Oh, yes, I wrote my exams. And then January, results are out, and guess what? I passed. Okay, that was crazy. Because I'm like, I wasn't doing so well the whole year, and I never told anyone that I wasn't doing so well. At home, they didn't know that I was really struggling. I mean, I was struggling. When I say I was struggling, I was struggling. It's not that I don't take myself serious, but I don't see myself as a genius. Maybe in primary or secondary, like at some point, like grade 8 or 9. But like ever since I started with like physics and maths, I don't see myself as a genius. I think it's also about like the subjects that you take. Maybe if I had taken other subjects, I would feel better. But I took physics. Yeah, I took all those subjects: physics, maths, life science, and geography. So I never thought of myself as a genius. Yes, I thought of myself as a hard worker. And when I passed, I was just like, what's going on here? But yeah, I did pass. Although I didn't pass the way I wanted to, but I did pass. My family was happy. So that happened, and then I decided I'm gonna go to this college that I want to go to. Like, I am gonna enroll at that college. So I enrolled at the college. You know, I enrolled at the college. I registered. Everything else was fine. I move. I go to rest, and I'm a student, living a student life. Not really. I was always at rest. I wasn't even partying. You know, I I've always been like a disciplined person, so that's them. So I study, I go to class, and yeah, everything's fine until, okay, before until I keep on visiting my family every now and again. Like whenever I get time, I visit them. So this other time I visited them, and I only had like weekend clothes. That time is very, very, very critical. Listen here. This is the story of how I dropped out of college. So this is where it's at now. So that happens, right? I get home for the weekend. Oh, hi guys, how you doing? And my sister is about to get married in like a few weeks or whatever. I get home, it's the weekend. When I'm supposed to go back to rest, they're like, you can't go back to rest. How, right? Like, yeah, we don't have money to pay now for your fees and, you know, and rest and stuff like that. So you're gonna have to move back home. What happened to my money for my studies? Nobody's explaining anything. Cool, right, cool. So I no longer go back to rest. My siblings go and get my stuff from rest. Ya phela kanjalo into yami ngakapeleng.